All right, welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Since this is the time of year where everybody believes in gifts, I'm going to continue on in support of preparation, prepping, and some of the things that you may give as gifts to that prepper in your life or someone that you know and you're struggling. What do I get that person? What does he need? What does he want? And that could be a she as well. What do they want to help them promote being prepared? And believe me, preparation never happens when it's just 73 degrees, soft, cool breeze, summertime, and everything else. It always happens at the worst moment, at least for me. And it always happens 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. The dog decides it's going to get sick, die, whatever. Fire breaks out, plumbing breaks. It's always never at your convenience, and I guarantee you the natural catastrophe or man-made catastrophe will follow the same pattern. So you have to be prepared 24/7. What to get that person to help them be prepared, help your family. I have a few more suggestions, and I have 2 other videos prior to this one. Please review them. First one, a subscription to this gun support group, USCCA. The subscription and what you're buying, not the magazine, that comes with your subscription. And if you were to buy this magazine off the shelf, it costs you $10. This has a lot of articles in there about guns, about self-defense, who's doing what, and everything else like that. You can see that. This is an insurance policy. I am a big believer in insurance. I used to sell insurance, and I am a big believer in insurance, especially with firearms. Today's rogue prosecutors who are definitely anti-Second Amendment are looking to put you away for life and make an example out of you. This insurance policy will help cover your decision to use your firearm and fire a shot. It also covers in case you decide to go out hunting and you're a deer hunter like I am, and you see that big buck standing out there in the field and you fire off a shot and you miss or passes through that buck and strikes someone you didn't see out there, another deer hunter. In case of accidental shooting and you select that coverage, it would cover you up to the limits of your liability. And believe me, I took out $1 million policy because, listen, lawyers are expensive and they cover the lawyer in your policy. But the damages and lawsuits, civil lawsuits and everything else add up very quickly. And there are other policies out there that have limitations and everything. So I found this one to be the best one so far to my liking. And no, this is not a paid endorsement. The fee is minimal for the security. It provides peace of mind for me. So USCCA, look it up. You make your own decision. I like the insurance. I like the coverage, even if I never have to use it. But believe me, when the time comes, when rioting, SHTF happens, people will act ugly very quickly. And you are going to want to defend yourself, your home, and your family. And doing that gives you peace of mind to saying, okay, I need help navigating the legal system. All right, that's that. And I was not a paid endorsement or referred to by USCCA. I chose that for me. And if you're looking for a gift, look them up on the internet and make that gift for someone you care about or buy it for yourself. Second gift, Leatherman. Now, when I got this was $55, something like that, $60, fairly inexpensive. What is a Leatherman? It is a multi-purpose tool that every prepper should have. It's got all kinds of blades in here, files, all that kind of stuff, more blades, knife blades, corkscrews, kind of like a Swiss Army knife, but better quality. The real Leatherman now is well over $100. But everyone should carry this on their belt or in their pack because when you're out there, something always happens and you need to repair it. It comes with a little screwdriver, all this other kind of stuff. It's a Swiss Army knife, but better quality. Leatherman tool. Again, over $100, but you know, it's not too bad. One of the other things people don't think about all the time, a good pair of gloves. Now these are different. They're wool, which keeps, and I wear these all the time, keeps your hands warm, has fingers cut out, sewn out, so you can do the things you need to do. Pull a trigger, light a fire, whatever. But it also has a mitten when you're walking along in the woods or standing in the post or doing whatever to keep your fingers warm. Not real expensive, under $50, I believe. Does last a while. I've had these for years, as you could tell by the little tear there. Good quality, warm gloves, because you got to remember, 6 months out of the year, you're going to be cold. So keep that in mind if you're looking for gifts to put in somebody's hand and say, here, stay warm. Mittens are always a good gift. For that person who has firearms in their life, and believe me, I learned the hard way. I was doing a lot of shooting at the range and everything else like that, and I was shooting so much in one day, my left ear, I couldn't hear out of it for 3 days. I was stone deaf in that ear. And I was wondering if I was ever going to get my hearing back, because I just wore the push-in earplugs, the little orange ones. Those didn't work. And after 3 days, I started getting hearing back in there because I was going to make an appointment with a doctor to see if I'm deaf in my left ear. But it did come back, so I learned the hard way. So you get these noise canceling, hearing protection, and this is Howard 8 by Honeywell. And you put these on and you can turn up the volume right here as to how much noise you want to allow in. And believe me, when you're shooting a lot, and you can still hear people talking, but this cancels out all the other side effects of shooting and being around a target range. Using a chainsaw, noisy equipment or whatever, get some hearing protection. It really scared me because I thought I was going to be deaf. Now, I ignore the old lady quite a bit, but I didn't want to go that far. So get yourself some noise cancellation earphones, turn it on, and you'll be good to go and enjoy your outdoor activity without any harm, okay? These happen to be made by Honeywell, and I really like them. Honeywell 8. You can get them on Amazon, eBay, or at your local gun store. Look for them. You're going to be looking at probably over $50 for these. All right, I've had these for years. I got them on my get home bag, and I have another pair at home. All right, so that's a good gift there, and I'm trying to keep it as reasonable as possible. You've heard me talk about every gentleman should have a good pocket knife in his pocket that is sharp. Dull knife doesn't do you any good, friends. Get a good pocket knife, keep it in there, preferably 2-blade, preferably a brand name made here in the United States. But also, everyone should have a fixed blade, big knife, like that. Your choice. There's a gazillion of them out there. I like all kinds of knives. This one happens to be a very big bladed knife. Right there. Very sharp. I like this type of blade. It is a full shank, meaning the blade goes all the way to the end. I like the thumb guard so you don't slice your fingers off when you're doing your thing, chopping or whatever. This blade's razor sharp, has the blood groove in there. And for the big jobs or intimidation, I like this blade. All right, and you can get them in a variety of sizes and shapes and everything else like that. But when you put this on your belt, remember, this adds weight. This is over 2 pounds. It's a heavy blade knife. It does real well, fits my hand good. And you're looking to spend close to anywhere to about $80 to $100. You can get them cheaper made in Pakistan, but you get what you paid for. I got this from a bladesmith, and he custom makes that. You can find them on eBay. Good leather sheath. But again, a fixed blade knife for what you want to use, being outdoors, whatever. Good fixed blade knife. Now, here's a combination that will cost you some money. This is a leg pouch for your gas mask, and you can decide whether that person or yourself needs a gas mask. Right here, and you can see right here. Now, I'm out in the country. The chances of me needing a gas mask are very slim, but when I got this, I was working in the city. I was commuting. If things flare up and you have to either go into the city or escape from the city, and all kinds of chemicals are deployed, fires may erupt, whether the catastrophe is man-made or not. We see forest fires going off in California. The smoke is incredible. You're going to need to escape. You're going to have to breathe. This is Percel. It'll run you about $100. The filter, another $39. The bag, leg bag, strap it onto your thigh, and you can walk with it that way. With another filter, which I purchased to fit this one. Right here. Because the mask, the filters don't last indefinitely, depending on the conditions, anywhere from 8 hours to 12 to 14 hours, and then they stop working. The filter is done. So with the leg bag, extra filter, the gas mask, you're looking somewhere in the $150 range. You make the decision whether you need or want to give that as part of their prepping supplies that they need, and make the decision, yes, I'm going to go into harm's way and try and do something. So a gas mask with leg bag, you're looking at, $100, $150. You do the research. You can get these on Amazon, eBay, or search it yourself on the internet. Waterproof. And again, you're looking at a couple pounds adding weight onto that, 2 to 3 pounds adding on. You make the decision whether a gas mask is part of your prepping supplies that you may or may not need. All right, I'm just giving you a variety of stuff here. If you're like me, I'm a big believer in first aid. I truly believe that when the SHTF occurs, and I've seen this already, that people think of themselves, and you may have to be your own doctor. Right now, the emergency room is overrun in many states and cities with illegal immigrants flooding that because they're told to go to the emergency room because they don't have any insurance or coverage. So they take the whole family there, and I can tell you this firsthand. I witnessed it. I worked in hospitals, still work in hospitals. They sit in the lobby with the sniffles, the colds, to get caught up on their immunizations, to stay warm, to get free meals, to get admitted in bed saying, oh yeah, I got chest pains, I got pain in my head. They get admitted, and they're in the hospital for 2 or 3 days, staying warm, getting free food, and we, the taxpayer, are paying it. But when the SHTF happens and the emergency response stops, the hospitals are flooded, you're going to have to be your own doctor, your own physician. Or if you're out there on patrol, I like these type of bags, okay? You can see that right there. It is waterproof. Strap on your back, just carry it like a backpack. So if you say, I want to be a medic, I'm not interested in carrying guns or anything else, but I want to help save lives, this waterproof bag, you can search it, find it on eBay, Amazon, or whatever, may come very handy. Right now they're about $35 to $40. Check your prices. But what I did was, over a period of time, I stuffed this stuff with everything you possibly need. Bandages, gauzes, and it comes with 3 flaps, sutures, more bandages, trifold, tourniquets, a variety of single dose medicines, Advil, Tylenol, anti-diarrhea, upset stomach. You can buy these individually, put them in a Ziploc bag, carry them with you. I have used this when I carried it in the car, and there was an accident, and a guy had a cut on his forearm there. I used this bag here till I decided to go to the hospital, get some stitches. I stopped the bleeding, put in the gauze pads, wrapped him up, and said, okay, that's the best I can do by the road. And he said, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. He called for help and got a ride to the hospital, but at least he wasn't bleeding all over the place and everything else. I really like this bag. As you can see, Ziploc bag, carries a little bit of everything. Sugar in there, for in case you come across somebody in a diabetic problem. Each one of these costs money. It doesn't come with a bag. Heavy duty gauze bandages, wraparound. And again, this is over a period of time. It doesn't have to be all now. Wound seal kit. Listen, if you're preparing for an SHTF, you may run across all kinds of stuff, whether it's shooting, accident, whatever. I have it all in here, a little bit of water, alcohol, rubbing alcohol, all that kind of stuff. Emergency kit bag, and you could go to the local drugstore to get them started by putting gauze pads in there, bandages, everything else. The rest of it you can look online and decide what you want to need. There's a can of bleed stop in there, everything else like that. But the bag itself will start you out somewhere around $35 to $50. You check the local prices. I haven't bought one in quite a while. Now, for this last one, excuse me. Here we go. Now, this thing is a load. All right? It is a load. And it is very heavy. This is my out in the field bag for extended period of time. It comes with multiple pouches, multiple things to put in there to keep me out in the field for an extended period of time. All the pouches and everything else in here. It's bigger than a 3-day assault pack, weighs a ton, so I don't know how effective this is going to be. But in some of the pouches, as an example, a life straw you could pick up for $11 to $20. So you can have a safe drink. Flashlights, magazines, 5.56, carries extra ammo on that. As an example, in this bag I also have a Whoopee blanket. People in the military know what these are. So again, the bag itself will run you about $80 to $100, maybe more now. Everything I'm showing you is additional. This will run you about $50. You can find them on Military Surplus and eBay. One of the other good gifts, food. MREs have gone ballistic, folks. A case of them I used to buy for $55, being non-military, on eBay and every place else like that. Now they're well over $100 per case. But get yourself some military grade MREs, break them down and put them in this big bag. Guarantee you this thing weighs a ton. I'm not going to open up all the pouches or anything else. It is waterproof. It is very heavy, as you can see. Plenty of straps. Everything I could think of that is useful. Has a lot of add-on bags and everything else, and I'm going to have to redo it because I'm old, and I don't know if I can carry that pack with that much food in there, that much water and everything else, and be effective. But for the young man or the one that says, I can do this, and you're going to be out in the field for an extended period of time, you're going to need to eat, drink water, be sanitary of some sort. And if you're looking to say, okay, that's for the advanced guy who has something, but he hasn't thought about being away from home for an extended period of time, whether he's out in the field practicing with your group, your MAGA group, whatever it is, you're going to need to have an extended amount of supplies for at least 3 days to get you through that. Something to think about. It's well over $100, and everything in there is additional. It does cost money to survive, believe it or not. But these are some ideas I want you to think about. As always, a pocket Bible is always a great idea. All right? That's the ultimate prepper gift for today's life and the afterlife. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I hope these ideas help you. Get yourself prepared. Take advantage of it while we still have relative peace here in the United States. Thank you so much. Greg out.